You don't want to turn away the customers who are literally buying your product already because they are so hard to get to buy in the first place. And once you've got them as a customer, you can basically keep them for life until you offend them. Bud Light will never financially recover from their attempt to go woke and go broke. I don't know if you remember, but a couple months ago they partnered with a influencer called Dylan Mulvaney. And Dylan Mulvaney has very strong opinions in what Dylan Mulvaney does. And this person decided that they were going to have a 365 Days of Girlhood campaign. And Bud Light sent this person a can with this person's face on it saying, hey, we're helping you celebrate 365 days of of girlhood. And then, to add insult to injury, their chief marketing officer, I believe that was her title at the time, came out and called their entire customer base fratty and out of touch. And they wanted to reach a new customer, a new segment, a new generation. But the problem with that is they forgot one key thing. You don't want to turn away the customers who are literally buying your product already. Rule number one in business is don't scare away your existing customers because they are so hard to get to buy in the first place. And once you've got them as a customer, you can basically keep them for life until you offend them. And that's exactly what Bud Light did. Hey, if you're just tuning in, my name is Christopher Yule, and we cover the biggest headlines of the day and what the AI trading data says about it. So if you're interested in that too, be sure to hit the subscribe button down below and start trading with AI today. Go to ovtlyr.com to see why outliers win. So let's go see what the article says here, right? Anheuser-Busch reported earnings on Tuesday, and they reported a staggering 13.5% decline in revenue in the third quarter. In the third quarter, we've been dealing with this for months at this point, and they're still getting rocked by this. The company's Bud Light brand continues to suffer after their partnership with Dylan Mulvaney. Sales of Bud Light began to tumble in April, right? We're in November now. We're talking 7 months from this. They're still getting the floor wiped with them, right? The global brewing company conglomerate also reported a 17% decline in North American sales volume in the third quarter. So they're down on revenue and they're down on volume. That means nobody's buying it. Nobody's buying it. North American sales fell 14.5% in the prior quarter. They have shot themselves in the foot so bad. Nobody wants their product, right? Think of it this way. When Nike comes out with their new shoe, Nike puts their shoe on the best athletes in the world, right? It's like, hey, if you wear this shoe, you can turn into LeBron James. You can turn into Michael Jordan. When 6'8" or whatever he is, right? Jacked, best player in the NBA. I would love that. That'd be awesome. So if I buy these Nikes, then I can definitely be like him one day. Translate that into what Bud Light happened, or what happened with Bud Light. It's, hey, if you drink this beer, you're gonna turn into Dylan Mulvaney one day. That's what happened. And yeah, that's exactly why Bud Light is getting trounced, right? But Dana White, CEO of the UFE, listen, Dana White's a businessman. He's looking at this like, I can still make some money on them, and they're going to pay me really good to just have their logos out there? Okay, I'll go for that, right? And listen, as a businessman myself, I might have done the same thing, right? Bud Light will still be involved in the UFC, having a heavy presence in its broadcast in 2024. It's the largest sponsorship deal in UFC history. This is a smart guy, okay? Bud Light, really stupid. Dana White, super smart. Why, right? But Dana White's looking at this like an opportunity, like Bud Light just shot themselves in the foot. They are so screwed. They have to spend ungodly amounts of money just to claw back to where they were. I'm open to taking their money. By all means, if you want to pay me, if you want to pay the UFC for the biggest sponsorship deal in UFC history, bring it on. I'll take it all day, every day. So let's go take a look at what the AI trading data says about Anheuser-Busch InBev. Bud, in fact, I think that this deal with the UFC actually might have helped with this buy point here, because we just got a buy point on the Bud stock about 4 days ago. So if you're interested in this too, in fact, this actually has a 21.37% signal return. even despite the fact that Bud Light has gone woke and gone broke and their stock price has suffered from it, right? So if you're interested in this too, be sure to head to ovtlyr.com to start trading with AI today and see why outliers win. Now let's go see what the internet says about it, right? Bud Light Backlash. Anheuser-Busch said Tuesday revenue growth in most of its global regions was offset by a drop in North American sales as a sign of continuing fallout with the influencer in question, right? Let's go see what people's comments are saying about this. A lot of ads here. They never apologized for their fratty slur. To this day, they never apologized, and they were disassociating with one of their core customer groups. They've never apologized. This person's really upset about apologizing, and acknowledged that they meant it as a slur. Ooh, tough words there. I don't think it was so much a campaign with Dylan. I think the fallout came from the statements made by the marketing person, trashing the customer base that really escalated the situation. It was a 1-2 punch, right? First it was Dylan, and then the marketing chief coming out and saying, we don't want our customers anymore. We want people like Dylan. Well, of course. We're going to go drink something else now, because Coors Light tastes right about the same as Bud Light, and I'm not really worried that Bud Light, or I should say, I'm not really worried that Coors Light might change me, if you catch my drift there. Bud Light should be done with after this stunt. Continue the boycott. There's plenty of other great beers out there. Absolutely. So I have no idea how the YouTube algorithm works, but it tells me that you're going to love one of these two videos. So click here to watch more. Thank you so much for tuning in today's Outlier Live. We'll see you on the next episode.